Alright, today we are going to be replacing this claw. You notice that the claw machine is not opening and closing very well. It's closing okay, but it's not coming back open very well. And, you know, it could probably be cleaned out, but with the amount of volume that we have, because this is an online arcade, it's probably better just to go ahead and replace the whole thing, and you guys will learn how to do it. What I like to use is a mini flathead, a pair of cutters, a mini Phillips, just in case, a pair of wire strippers, and of course my Phillips with the ridiculously long shaft. You don't need the ridiculously long shaft, it just makes it a little easier for other projects that I work on. So the first thing that I'm going to do is get this to come to me, and I'm going to get this claw to come down and push that and hold that so I can get a little string here. And actually that string's a little worn too, so I'll go ahead and get that to come out the rest of the way. All as I'm doing is pushing that back micro switch to make it think that it's home. You can see it there. And we'll go ahead and do it once more. So we'll make it think that it's alrighty, so yeah, I'm about to the end there, but I would like to put that in a little bit better position, so I'm gonna set this down while I do that. Make it a little easier. Alright, so try that again. That thing goes so fast sometimes it's hard to... There we go. Alright. And now that I'm replacing the string, I'm going to go ahead and get my skinny pliers. Be right back. So I know that you guys have seen me replace a few strings, or actually a couple strings already, and there's a reason for that. It's one of the things that goes bad the most in the arcade here, but at least you'll get to see a claw replacement this time. So first thing I'd like to do is go ahead and undo these Phillips. Actually, you know what? I don't even know why I'm doing that. Just go ahead and clip off the string there. Grab my these skinny pliers are so handy, and this is where that mini Phillips or mini flathead comes into hand. I feel like the flathead sometimes grabs a little better. I like to go ahead and loosen these a lot. It's just a lot of, not take them all the way out, but it just helps them come out a little easier. And I did forget my zip tie, so I'm gonna grab one of those. Alright, I got my zip tie here and my replacement claw. So just get that all ready. use my cutters here. Cut that off. And this part can be somewhat of a pain in the butt, but I very much suggest that you at least try to run it through the gantry. It's just the proper way to do it. If you have a gantry cover, you can get away with running it in as long as you have something to zip tie it to. Zip tie's not wanting to cooperate with me today. Alright, so before I go ahead and strip these wires, I like to bend them. Sometimes, you know, just twist them a little too, if I can. And just kind of bend them so they're facing outwards a little. Pull them together. And made that look a lot easier than it usually is. And we'll get that pulled up. And to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get another zip tie in there. Sometimes, as you saw, it's such a pain in the butt. I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way so I don't break it. Alright, so I was able to get that in there a little easier than I thought, but it's pulling it in that's the kind of the pain in the butt part. That hole is so small. There we go. Alright, so you can actually get that just a little more. And you're just going to secure this wire. Zip tie gun is not required, but I do like to use them. They just get them nice and tight. So now that I got that, go ahead and grab my wire strippers here. And you don't need very much strip. And of course these wires are too small, so hang on. Use my knife. You gotta be careful using a knife too, because you don't want to cut the actual wire itself. Alright, clean that up. Sometimes this is about the only time I feel like, you see that one stripped nice, that those universal wire strippers come in handy. Otherwise, I really like those ones. I got a pair of Klein ones, and I think I got those ones from Harbor Freight. Got those connected. Take our handy dandy mini flathead, and just want to make sure we get that whole wire in there. And that's stripped more than it would ever need to be, but as long as we're not going to have exposed wire coming out, we'll be all right. If I did, I would take it back out and cut it. Let's see. I didn't have it all the way in the right part. And you also want to make sure that you don't stick the wire in the part that's the screw is tightening to. Otherwise, you know, you'll probably get some conductivity because you have wires sticking in there, cause a bunch of sparks, and you either have to replace this piece, you burn up the coil, or lots of other bad stuff can happen. Alright, we'll try my Phillips. Sometimes it works better. Alright, so that one is snug. I can just go ahead and connect that while I'm here too. It's the same thing with this side. Clean it up. Small tug, and I'm actually gonna reinsert this white one. I didn't like the way there's a little wire hanging out of it. Seeing a little bit of our problem. Looks like there's a little previous wire in there. Perfect. I may have to replace this piece. Still in there good. Check this screw a little too, make sure it's tight. Alright, so you give that little tug. And then of course, just like our other videos, we're going to take that torch and make that a little pointy. Get our mini pliers. Pull her in. and then we'll make our end. Probably big enough, but we'll just go one more just to be safe. I like to make sure that's angled in there the right way. If you can see that, that one looks really good. The way that's angled in there. And I just cannot believe I just did that. Oh my gosh. Rookie mistake. So, again, you want to make sure that you wire it through first. I'll go ahead and make my end first. So, up over, oops, through the hole. Up over the first wheel, down through the second, and then we go through. And again, you always go through the right side of this gear. I still cannot believe I did that. I haven't done that in so long. It's probably because I have the perfect end on it. And again, if you're one of those people that likes to tie a knot in one of these, that's not necessarily wrong. You just don't, you want to make sure that if you have that knot, it's small enough that it's not going to rub. That one will be big enough. We'll come through, grab this little piece out that's stuck in there. See how that one looks. And that one's not bad. So after that, so again, just move the claw, push the button, and we're going to make sure it works. It seems to be grabbing okay. Alright, voila. After you replace the claw, you do want to make sure you check the strength settings, because the claw might have a different coil in it. So you're going to want to make sure it's still able to pick up and pick up your prize and do what it's supposed to, because different claws have different resistance. This one should be the same. And if you have a different resistance, it's obviously going to be delivering a different amount of power to the claw itself. Again, you know, I've showed this in a couple other videos, but the string, you want to have that N shape. So going up, down, and then up back to the right. That is the right way to route the string of the claw. And that's how you replace a claw. Now you see it's moving a lot smoother than this one, which is, I mean, it's moving okay now, but it's not as hot when it's got that power actually to it. It kind of was holding it. So this one could need a new coil, but we'll place it over there in the our, what do we call it, just claw graveyard where we grab parts from and probably use other parts from it. Then of course, after I fix the machine, I have to go through and make sure that the camera is lined up. You can see that. Make sure it's in the middle and that the other players, and I'm sure you can see in my other videos that there's a camera on there. Make sure that the prizes look good and puffed up and that people can win them. This place is pretty cool. You ought to check it out. So I'll actually show you where those are our new claws up there, and then down here we kind of have our graveyard, and I'll show you where else we grab parts from. It's a little dirty. We're doing some upgrading. These are all our newer gantries, ones that are ready to go. And these ones are ones that we grab parts from, or a lot of the ones on the bottom are good too. But you can see, like, grab the switch off of this one, and you grab a motor off another one. And about maybe every couple months I'll go through and I'll take all of these and make about 10 more good ones, especially once we start to run low on good ones. And then that way we could just hot swap them out, or if somebody doesn't know how to replace a part, they can just put the whole thing on there and plug it in, and I can replace the part when I get back. But yeah, that's it.